Heights women, I'm Debbie Karras, and I want to encourage you by sharing with you what God is doing in my heart. 1 Thessalonians 5:16 through 18 says, "Be joyful always, pray continually, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus." Those of you that know me know that I am a joyful person, that I see the glass is half full, or I say the sun will come up tomorrow. And I have happy thoughts. And I guess this can psych me up to get me through some of the difficult things of life. As a follower of Jesus, I want to be joyful always. So as I thought about that, should I never lack joy? Should I always be upbeat and carefree and laugh at difficulties in life? Well, it sounds good. But in reality, life did become more difficult and not so much fun. When pressure and stresses pile up in my life, I tend to slip into my fix-it mode. And what that means is that I analyze my situation so I can fix it. Or I try to make things better as I see best. And in reality, I was only frustrating myself. There was no joy in that. No joy that I needed deep in my heart. It was disappearing. And my positive attitude was not holding up, and I became a cranky pants. I could not see my friends. We couldn't visit family. And my socializing went from reality to virtual. And it became more easy to click and post joy than it was for me to experience joy in my heart. Honestly, I don't think we were created to live virtually. Have you ever looked up the definition of virtual? It means almost or nearly, not completely as described. So I thought, that's what I'm doing. I'm experiencing virtual joy, almost joy or nearly joy, but not completely joy. Now, please don't get me wrong. Virtual can be a really good thing when you don't have the real thing, like in business meetings or staying in touch with friends and family or going to school online. But as far as joy is concerned, virtual does not cut it. I needed real, reliable, steadfast, trustworthy joy. Joy that would sustain me through the COVID times of life. Do you remember a time when you went to the playground and you went to the slide and you climbed up the ladder to slide down the slide, and it was so much fun that when you got down, you ran around and you climbed the ladder again to enjoy that thrill again? Then maybe you were one of the smart ones that said, well, I can just slow myself down here by gripping the sides and maybe climbing back up to enjoy that thrill again. Well, that's what I was doing in my joy slide. I was gripping the sides to slow myself down so I could climb back up to that place of joy, to enjoy the thrill again. And it didn't work. So I prayed, novel idea. I prayed, I said, Lord, help me. And in those 3 words, Jesus was there. He knew the condition of my heart. And in His grace, He was there at the bottom of my slide to scoop me up in His love, to comfort me and let me know that He's got this and I don't have to be afraid. He told me that His joy had been with me the whole time, because His presence never leaves me. Honestly, I was the one that had gone away. In my worries, doubts, and fears, I couldn't hear Him, I couldn't see Him, and I could not experience His joy. My fix-it had created a virtual joy, an almost or nearly but not completely joy, and I was trying to show joy with a sheer coat of Jesus painted on it. In reality, I had told Him that I've got this. I know what joy is all about. I don't need your help. Maybe you have heard Nehemiah 8:10 that says, "The joy of the Lord is your strength." I was trying to keep my joy strong apart from Him. So I turned, not a virtual turn, but a spiritual turn from my fear to Him. And I turned to Him who is my joy. Joy that is real, reliable, steadfast, trustworthy joy. And I humbly gave Him my fix-it for Him to fix it, knowing that I am His treasure and that He is always with me, no matter my circumstances. So if you find yourself on some kind of downward slide, or you're lacking joy, love, or peace, be assured that Jesus is there ready to scoop you up in His loving arms and provide whatever you might need. Just pray that simple prayer of, Lord, help me, because He is there. He never leaves you or abandons you. He always loving you. So my encouragement to you is, be joyful always. Pray continually. Give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus. In Him is your joy.